Hi, it's me again. You know how when you're like in a Zoom meeting and you're one of the participants and somebody shares their screen? Like, for example, let me share my screen from my iPad right now. Just give me a second here. It takes a little bit longer to share from an iPad. Okay, so going to be watching my iPad's screen right there. Okay, this is the share, and normally you get these really small sort of squares over here, and you get a few people maybe, or maybe you forget that you can do better than just watching the one speaker if a bunch of other people have their cameras on. It really is much nicer to be able to see faces rather than it is just especially one static slide. We all have that experience, right? It happens to all of us even when we're presenting. We start to talk about a certain point, or somebody asks us a question, and we stay on that slide for like 5 minutes. And it starts to get a bit boring, especially when the actual cameras are over here and they're very small. So I don't know if you noticed already, but I made that share screen smaller while I was making the actual speaker screen a lot bigger. Now, how did I do that? Well, you see these two white lines over here? You see them right next or in between the screen share partition and the actual camera partition? Okay. If you just click on that and drag those two lines like it's a handlebar, grab it, you can make the share much smaller and you can make the speaker much larger. And if you were to bring this over to gallery view, now you can see pretty much all of my, oops, let me go back to Zoom here and start my video there so that then you can see all of these cameras. And here, no, it loses the camera. Okay, so let's just stay here. So imagine that's a static slide. You can make these three cameras themselves also start to take up much more space. So there you go. Now, if there are even more cameras on there, they would take up the larger part of the screen too. So if you want to like not have to look at one large slide and some tiny cameras, grab these two white lines, move them to exactly where you want them to be in terms of what it is that you want to look at. Okay. That, by the way, will only happen when you're a participant. If you're actually sharing a screen as someone who's part of or sorry, that you're in that meeting as a host, this is what you'll see. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm going to kill the iPad screen, and let me, for example, I was just making this video, yeah, about my oof there about that. Now, you're going to get this little palette of screens, right? If you click the grid view will allow you to make this much, much larger, okay? And you can manipulate that much larger. I can only make this so large because the actual recording area on this computer is this rectangle, but I could make it even larger if you wanted to make the cameras much larger. So as a host, that's how you would control that. That's in the grid view. That's the one that looks like a Rubik's Cube. If you're a participant, it's in those two white lines that you can drag left and right. Okay, so let me just kill this share. All right, thanks very much to you and to you. Remember, I got a book. Bye-bye.